humanitarian corridors going, and that if they are concerned about their economic situation, as they should well be with the lowest growth rates in 15 years, that this war is contributing to it.
I'm out of time. Thank you, Undersecretary.
Senator Markey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for your great work, Madam Secretary. As you may remember, you and I discussed in a hearing before this committee in December the fact that the United States can't preach temperance from a bar stool when it comes to Russian energy, at the same time as many voices were railing against Europe for their reliance on Russian natural gas. American fossil fuel companies were importing nearly $20 billion of Russian oil just last year. And at that hearing, we discussed the fact that American consumers were unwittingly financing the ill-gotten gains of Putin and his inner circle, the same oligarchs responsible for enabling Putin's human rights abuses within Russia and now the unjustified invasion of Ukraine. President Biden made the right decision today, and I applaud him for that. Now we need to make it a permanent ban to build on the steps that the President announced today. We have to permanently wean ourselves off of corrupt foreign oil and gas by investing in a clean energy revolution. I introduced legislation, the Spigot Act, last week to do just that, and I think we should enact it so that we have that permanent ban. Madam Secretary, do you agree that there would be value in a comprehensive United States government report that lifts the veil on oil and gas oligarchs and their involvement in a vast array of Russian human rights abuses?
Senator, I love the word oligarchs. It sounds like a very good idea to me.
Excellent. The reality is, though, that the only way that we can do that and make it sustainable is if we can prevent these fossil-fueled conflicts by ending our own addiction to oil. It happened in the Middle East. It's happening here. And President Biden acknowledged in making today's announcement that we can't wait for big oil to do the right thing. We will be waiting for as long as it takes for carbon to become a fossil fuel. So we have to act as a Senate in order to take those steps. On the question of the nuclear power plants in Russia, how is the United States supporting efforts by the International Atomic Energy Agency to ensure the continued safe operation of all 15 Ukrainian nuclear plants?
So, Senator Markey, I think you know that the IAEA is trying to negotiate some rules of the road between Russia and Ukraine as Russia tries to seize physical control of all of these plants, even as it insists that the Ukrainian operators continue to operate the plants for them. I think the attack on Zaporizhzhia was a wake-up call for not only Ukrainians and Russians, but for the whole world about the danger of close combat near these facilities. So we are strongly supporting this effort to negotiate safe practices. And as you know, at Zaporizhzhia, the Ukrainian operators performed magnificently in closing down all but that last bit of power that is needed to keep the core from melting down such that it was less subject to an accident. So I think that also speaks to all the work that they have done since Chernobyl on nuclear safety. They are some of the best in the world now, frankly, with our support over many decades.
President Biden nominated Laura Holgate to be his ambassador to the International Atomic Energy Agency, given the potential threat to the safe operation of Ukraine's reactors and Ukraine's overall energy security. How important is it that Ambassador Holgate be confirmed by the United States Senate without delay, given what we're seeing in Ukraine right now?
Extremely important. Laura is a friend of 20 years and an excellent specialist.
Thank you. I agree with you, and I hope we can get it on the committee's agenda very promptly. And how concerned are you that Ukraine's other nuclear facilities could be in the crossfire be subject to a deliberate attack?
I think we're all concerned that the Russians want to gain physical and military control, at least of the outskirts. And so, again, we are continuing to work with the Ukrainians on safe procedures, and we're supporting this IAEA initiative to get some rules of the road going.